Right. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad for an old boy. How you going, Chris?
How did you? This is what? How many for you?
This will be my fifth.
Fifth. Okay.
So I've been lucky enough to see the evolution of the game since Kansas City in 2003. I remember in Kansas City 2003 they said, Rod, if you're doing play-by-play, we'll put the armbands around the American players to see, so you can. I said, in all due respect, don't need the armbands. Well, by 2 years later, 2005 in Milwaukee, you know, I was screaming for those armbands. Hence was the evolution of the skills and the strategy of the game. Now I'm just seeing a different aspect. I'm seeing a huge production coming to the fields. I mean, we've got a college production.
When you talk about, when you go home back to Fremantle,
yeah.
what do people ask you about? You know, about US footy. You know, what are you telling people about it?
Well, you know, probably about 2 years ago, people started to really turn their heads with regards to the US footy. Because they get excerpts in the paper about it. They'd hear about the players coming over from AFL and playing the gridiron here, which was some crossover. It's just a wow factor now. This is looking at getting on board with the free trade agreement.
Right.
Once we can show this is a great brand, well, what better avenue for these Australian businesses to jump on board and take the ride?
That's great. Thanks, Grill.
Yeah, thanks, Trent.
Corwin. Pavlich to Thompson. Pavlich to Thompson. Thompson us half forward there, boys. Keep their eyes up. Allman. Angle. The breeze has picked up a bit. Well, there goes Robbie. Just the into his face. Just a little bit. That's not big spot. Roll and go. Roll towards baseline. Flat kick. Oh, offhand snap. Shoot on the goal line. It's a goal.
In runs at number 9 there for Denver. Looks like Charlie Ellis recovered from the knock he took to the knee yesterday. Down to the forward line. They look threatening like rolling thunder. Back in the middle. Maybe Lachlan Warnes whacks to the forward line. Free man back to the pack. It's the number 22 for Denver, Ben Valerie.
How you going, Chris? Bit disappointed with the loss today.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, sort of coming in, that's who we wanted to lose to if we were going to lose. So we accomplished that in flying colors. Probably a little too effectively. But,
Yeah, were you happy overall with the weekend?
yeah, I mean, I just wish we were a little bit more consistent through the weekend.
Looking for you're playing in this game against the Convicts. Looking forward to that. No.
There's a benefit to losing. You get to have a beer early. No, it'll be good. There's a lot of new guys. The Rebel team cycled itself through this year. There's a lot of guys who retired last time. There's a couple of us left over, and for the most part, so many new faces. So I can't complain too much about getting to meet some of them as much as possible. So.
Thank you very much, Dennis Rye. We must thank our sponsors for this event. Cooper's Brewery, Official Ball and Tournaments. Party started there. Umpire Arnott in the middle. Let's do it. Let's get this party started. And away we go. It will be Minnesota kicking down to the eastern end. Grizzlies up towards downtown, if that makes sense to you. Does to me. Rumble in the middle of the jungle, and it's okay there by me. A very heavy-duty start to this game. Minnesota. Seattle Grizzlies, no quarter.
Nice. Just introduce yourselves.
I'm Danny Hansen. Jason Becker, Eric Perry, Justin Harbel.
Congratulations on the Division 2 win. Jason, how does it feel?
It feels great. It's a great feeling that you take with you for the rest of your life. That's what we talked about during the game, and it's a feeling we won't soon forget.
Danny, this is how many games for you?
About 4 with threes and 3 or 4 in Australia.
How did it feel out there?
Good. Tired though.
You're tired? Justin, how'd you go? How'd the game go?
That was rough and tumbling. It wasn't pretty at all, but I think we showed that we had more determination. That's all that got us across the line. I think it was great. Awesome feeling. Do it any way it comes.
EP, you know, what position were you playing?
I played ruck and center half forward. We switched up.
Okay, and how'd that go?
It went good. Seattle was a good side, a real strong team, and they have a lot to be proud of because they played us really hard. Toughest game we've.
You know, this is you lost pretty handily last year. What's been the turnaround?
Well, number one, Baltimore Washington's in Division I now, and you know, we've had a lot of growth this year. We've had an influx of new Australians, and no prima donnas, just good players, good guys, and that really helped the new St. John's guys. So, you know, Tony Fairhead's helped us get 10 or 15 guys, and he's continuing to work with different clubs around the league. So the harmony between the fresh young guys and the seasoned Australians, and then there's just a few of us who are neither Australian nor Johnnies, but still hanging around.
And your reserves did pretty well too?
Yep, that reserves did really well. They busted their butts. And, they went 2-1. So did the other teams there, and you know, they ended up losing on percentage. But it was hard fought, playing 12s on the full ground, and just left everything out on the field.
That's great, guys. Thank you very much.
John, all right, what does it mean to be an Australian to you?
Well, I've always loved being Australian. Obviously, I grew up with a lot of great people, and the reason I've always ended up staying in the game for so long is it's a game that we actually did invent, and of course, one of the great times of my life has been actually taking around the whole of the island of Australia and getting Australians to enjoy it. Now, that means going to Darwin, and it means going to, you know, I'm heading up to Townsville when I get back. It means going up to Cairns, we've played in Cairns. Well, I think that, to me, I think one of the really good exchanges would be Florida, particularly when they're building that ground down there. But I think that's just like a fort being built there. A fort, as in the old days of 200 years ago, when the French and the English were really into trying to stake a claim in this continent, in the North Americas. But when you look at what's being built down in Fort Lauderdale, that's going to be a significant step in the right direction for our game. And for guys like, you know...
Away we go. Denver, bash it on down to the centre of the ground. No one can get down. Looks like back develops. Let it blossom, let it grow, says the umpire. The number 15 there is Simon Schenk for the Lions, but there's nowhere to go. Free kick paid there, going the way of Denver. Denver have the first clearance. Downtown, lateral at the other side. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Couldn't quite get a handle on top of Denver. Lions in there through Schrenk once again. In the dust bowl. Adi gets it out. Adi to centre half forward. Great tackle there by Tommy Ellis.
Secret kicks it out to the wing, Sacha, and he finds number 16 number 18, sorry, for the Bulldogs. Kicks it down, now here's the chance. Up they come, Danowski tries to force the ball to ground. Does so, screw kick, round, what's it going to bounce? Left or right or straight? Left or right or straight? It looks like it's gone straight through for a ball.
I know that obviously at times rest assured I've lost 7 times by a kick. But you handle it and you come back. But we always come back. One of the great things about what sport teaches you is that it's no matter what sport you play, it's how people not accept it necessarily, but work towards getting the person of building the next team and might have that opportunity for next year. That's what the game towards. I've lost 220 games.
The perpetual John Harrell Cup. For the winning team in Division 1, they reign supreme again. I think that could
Was the difference for you guys?
You know, a lot of times just the footy guys look down on you and let you get a good bounce here and there, and both teams are really going in. You know,
Want to see everybody head up to Colorado next year?
I am very excited about it. The fields at the Air Force Academy are going to be world class. It's a facility that we're all going to just, you know, we're drooling over right now, and it's just going to be fantastic. They're going to take real good care of us.
Congratulations again on the win.
Thank you.